All right, so I'm back again real quick. I wanted to make a video response to VSG Heart on My Sleeve to Kristen because she was asking about and talking about in her one of her last videos who did you tell, and like as far as weight loss surgery, having weight loss surgery, who did you tell before surgery? What were your experiences? Are there experiences people have after? Just basically, how do people talk about weight loss surgery with other people? And it's kind of one of those topics that I think I've talked about it before, but it's been a while, and I have a different perspective on it now than I did, I think, the last time I talked about it. So, first of all, I was going to tell people that are pre-op that, I don't know, in my opinion, be cautious who you tell before surgery, because people will mess with you, and they're messing with you not meaning to be mean or bad or awful. They're just worried about you. And usually by the time, I know with me anyways, by the time I told people, I had done so much research, I knew where I was going and I knew what I wanted to do. So I found I didn't want to tell that many people because I knew where I wanted to go and I didn't want people to mess with me. And they still messed with me a little bit, even the people that I really felt like I should tell, because they need to know what's going on with me. They would be upset if I had a surgery. Excuse me. Didn't tell them. So I definitely told my, immediate family, my husband, my kids, my sister, my parents, my mother-in-law. I told her kind of at the last minute because she tends to stew over things and get obsessed negatively, and I wanted to let her know because I felt like she should know when I'm having a surgery, but I didn't want her to have a whole lot of time to sit and throw crap at me. And she didn't. She didn't. She was very supportive. It's funny because the people I thought would be unsupportive before surgery and that I worried about telling were all very supportive. I told my boss of the shop that I work at and the people that I worked with, because I was taking a whole month off, and I'm not very good at like making things up and not being straight with people or saying it's a mystery, not that kind of a thing. So I told them, and that group was so supportive that I was really glad I did, because I had a place that they were all excited for me and they wanted to see me succeed and all that stuff. The only disappointment before surgery in telling people was a couple of they're close friends. I don't see them every day anymore because they live, one lives more than an hour away and has 3 little kids, and we're just all busy, and one lives now in Kansas, so I don't see her anymore. But we always chat on texts and stuff, and I called them and told them, and I sort of got the whole, have you really thought this through? Are you sure this is what you want to do? Blah, blah, blah kind of a thing. And, go, cat, go. Cat's rubbing on things. They, like they didn't trust my ability to make my own decisions kind of a thing. So that was disappointing. And then they really didn't say much to me. They didn't ask me about it. They didn't see how I was doing. I never heard from them much at all before surgery, during surgery, first few months after surgery. And still one of them is just not really talking to me much. The one that's out in Kansas, we text all the time, and she's kind of shifted her gears back to how she used to be and being very supportive and excited for me when I give her good news or whatever. But I'm still feeling kind of the standoffishness coming from my other friend, and that's bugged me a little bit, but it is what it is. So that was before surgery, what I told people. We didn't tell that many people, kind of kept it to myself. I have, like, the coach of my girls' gymnastics. I talked to her, but she's more than a coach. She's been coaching my older daughter for like 10 years now, and I just like her as a person and think of her as more than a coach, and I knew she wouldn't be judgmental, and she wasn't. She's been very supportive. And then I have one of the gymnastics moms, one of the other gymnastics moms, who's more of a friend than a gymnastics mom, I think, anymore. And she's all excited for me, and she's somebody I can talk to. So post-op, I have found I'm telling people less than I thought I would. I thought I would not be able to, I don't know. I tend to kind of blurt things out before I should sometimes and tell people too much. And I think I've been surprising myself that I don't do that now post-op. I kind of weigh how people respond to me. The further I get out, the more open I am, I think, if people ask in a certain way. I don't know, there's a certain way that I feel like I need to tell them more. And other ways I don't need to tell them more. You know, like some people are honestly really interested in, gee, how did you do it? How did you do it? But usually they ask a couple of different times, a couple of different ways. And when people first ask me, wow, you look great, because I've had clients that I groom their dogs and they don't see me more than, you know, every 6 to 8 weeks whenever they bring their dogs in. So they notice a change every time they come in and they say something. And you know, I've just gotten to where I say, you know, thanks. You know, I really appreciate it. I've been working really hard for the last, you know, few months, and you know, I appreciate that you notice a difference. And most of the time, that's all people want to hear. They're not that interested in the details. They're just happy for you, and they want to let you know they're happy for you. And accepting that compliment is important. I think it's an important thing as far as changing your whole mindset of looking at yourself in a better light. It's something that's been hard for me. I mean, mostly why I focused on it with my clients that way was because I didn't have time, honestly, to have like a hairy conversation about weight loss surgery. So I was really trying to make it short and sweet and keep moving. But I found in the process that that's a good response no matter who asks me or who makes a comment. It's just accept the compliment, say, thanks, I've been working really hard, I made a lot of change. If they ask how, I made a lot of changes. I made a lot of changes in my life, and, you know, it was time for a change, and I had a lot of health problems, and I made these some, you know, and it's working off. It's paying off. All my hard work is paying off. And the people that push me a little further, I've told them more. So a few of the gymnastics moms have all noticed, and they make a comment, and I've told several of them. And for the most part, they're pretty supportive. The thing I have found is that non-weight loss surgery people don't want to hear a whole lot about it. It's like they have a little bit of a limit, you know, and it's kind of sad sometimes, because when you're all excited about something because, hey, you put on something that you didn't even realize was so huge on you. And I was laughing the other day about how I had brought a shirt to work to change into after work, and it was huge on me because I totally hadn't worn it in a while and just spaced out that it would not fit me. So I'm walking out, I'm going, okay, I think this is one I need to get rid of because it's just not fitting anymore. And one of the folks at work was laughing along with me, and he was cracking up and saying, well, I think I could fit that now, because he's like 6 foot tall, big guy, you know. He's like, oh, I think that's something I'd fit in, not you. And, you know, but then I noticed that my boss was a little standoffish and didn't really want to hear about it. And, you know, so, you know, you get that a little bit. People are like, yeah, nice, great, but you know, you can't really talk about it, and they can't really seem to be happy for you. So you can't take it personal. They're going to do that, and you just got to let it be whatever it's going to be, and be happy for yourself, take the compliments, and move on. And so anyways, I just wanted to give that little video response to Kristen. I don't know if it's helpful. It's kind of just my approach to how I've talked to people. I've kind of left it to them to approach me, and really haven't offered it up unless somebody kind of calls me on it. And even then, to what degree I tell them depends on how much they call me and how much I feel like they're truly interested and they truly care. They're not just sort of poking and trying to be nosy. So that's my take, and I wanted to share it with you, Kristen. So it was a good topic. I hadn't talked about it in a while, so I thought I would do a video response. Thanks.